Okay, God created everything. Okay, so this is the star-nosed mole, and as you can see, he's not the cutest animal that you'll ever see. So he's mainly found in wetland, marshy areas in North America. Okay, and they have a unique star-shaped nose, as you can see on the picture, and it has 22 fleshy appendages, which are like arms, called rays. They use this to feel their way around and not for smell. And this star-shaped nose is always in constant motion and can touch up to 12 different places per second. They are also very good swimmers. They can swim in icy cold streams and under frozen ponds. They also have quite big claws, so they can dig through snow. Okay, the star is the most sensitive touch organ known in any mammal. It contains more than 100,000 nerve fibers, which is 5 times the number of touch fibers in our hand. And these are packed into this star, which is smaller than a fingertip. They are also colorblind, so they can only see light and movement. So the mole uses his stars like eyes. So like we would use our eyes to understand our surroundings, so our brain is arranged by visual information from our eyes. The mole's brain is organized around signals from the star. Okay, so it's known that mammals can't smell underwater, but this mole can. So to do this, he will blow a bubble towards an object, as you can see in the picture, then re-inhale it, so it gets the scent and smell from the object, which will then determine whether the object is something he can eat or something he needs to run away from. Okay, so for the mole to survive the winter months, he uses his tail as a fat storage organ. So it will swell 4 times larger than its normal size.
Perhaps the most impressive nose in the animal kingdom is also the most fantastic because of what surrounds it. The owner lives below ground in a world of perpetual darkness, surrounded by the crawling creatures on which it preys. Down here, eyes and ears are meaningless, and touch is everything. This is the realm of the star-nosed mole. It gets its name from the 22 appendages, or feelers, that surround its nose. Each feeler is covered with thousands of sensory receptors called Eimer's organs that make the star one of the most ultra-sensitive organs of any in the animal kingdom. It's so sensitive it can detect minute particles like a grain of salt buried in a pile of sand. The mole lives on worms, insects, and small fish. The outer tentacles probe for a potential meal. Then the inner sensors determine if the prey is edible. The mole is practically blind. To better see, it presses its feelers to the ground, which transmits a 3-dimensional picture of the terrain back to its brain, like a mental sonogram. And when it presses down its feelers, it does it at warp speed. One of its favorite meals, earthworms. For the star-nosed mole, the worm's telltale segments and hooks are a dead giveaway. But to find it, the mole has to touch it. Its amazing ultra-sensitive feelers have rewarded it with yet another meal to be enjoyed in the darkness of its creepy, super-powered world.
Okay, so I don't know about anyone else, but I was pretty grossed out by that video. But what's important is God created everything.